Titans. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul J. Lipsky from dropshippingtitans.com, where I teach regular people just like you how to start successful dropshipping businesses. So this video is going to be a spring 2020 seller update. So every quarter, eBay releases an update for us sellers, just kind of letting us know what changes are happening on eBay, all the updates that we as sellers need to know about. Now, they usually pump out a lot of information. It's a lot to read through. So what I always do is I read through it for you and tell you what you need to pay attention to and what you shouldn't have to pay attention to at all. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And we are now going to go into my computer and take a look at what the important things are that you need to worry about for the spring 2020 seller update. All right, so the first thing that they want to bring to our attention is how we list items. Now, specifically, the change that I want to bring to your attention is that eBay is changing around a lot of their categories. They've been doing this for a little while, and they've just kind of reminded us that they're going to change up some of their categories, and eBay is going to automatically move our listings to the most relevant categories. So just something I wanted you to be aware of. It's not something you really have to worry about because eBay is taking care of that automatically for you. Now scrolling down here, this has to do with item specifics. So on eBay, when you list items, eBay has been looking for you to submit what are called item specifics. So let's say you have a chair that you're drop shipping. Well, in addition to the description, which details like what it looks like and the color and the size, eBay also wants you to put that into the item specifics, which is supposed to make it easier for buyers to search for and find your items. So increasingly, eBay has been saying that item specifics are really, really important to them. So they are requiring them more and more. Now, I've made a few videos about this because not only are they requiring it for new listings, but they are also requiring it for existing listings every time they make one of these changes. So it's up to us to update those listings with the correct item specifics. So luckily, in the past, eBay was kind of struggling to make this easy for us sellers, and it seems like they are taking actions to make it easier for us to update our existing listings. So if you use the eBay Seller Hub, which is kind of like the dashboard that us sellers use, they said that starting soon, there is now going to be a new task. There's a box on the Seller Hub that gives you all the tasks that you have to complete. It says things like you have X number of unshipped orders, for instance, or you have X number of messages or return cases to handle. It's now going to tell you how many of your listings are missing item specifics. So you can click on that and quickly address those missing item specifics for those listings. In addition, they are now allow you to go into the active listings tab, and it's supposed to look a lot easier. It's supposed to be a lot easier to update the item specifics in there because you can actually filter by listings that are missing item specifics, and it says they will allow you to quickly add those item specifics right from that screen. So this should make it a lot easier to do it, but the method I showed in that prior video is supposed to still work as well. So you should check that one out if you are worried about your item specifics. But the good news is the most important thing here is that when you log into your Seller Hub, it's going to tell you if there are any listings with missing item specifics, which is really, really helpful for us sellers on eBay. And the last thing over here is the multi-account access. So for years and years and years, eBay has been promising us that they are going to allow us to allow other people to log into our eBay account as an employee. In other words, they would only have limited access to our account. This is what Amazon has done for a long time. eBay rolled this out last year in 2019, but it was very, very limited. I wasn't a huge fan of it because you couldn't really do much with it. But now they're going to expand it. They're going to allow employees to come in and see the orders as well. Now, this doesn't really help me too much because the software I use, AutoDS, shows the orders in there. But if you didn't want to use that portion of AutoDS, or let's say you're not a drop shipper, then and wasn't you weren't using any sort of order management software, then yeah, that would be a good one for you to be able to give access to an employee for. So they're kind of being slow with this. I would like to see a lot more features with this, things like being able to answer customer questions, only being able to handle returns and cases and things like that. But at least they are making progress, although it is a bit slow. So I'm still not going to really use that feature because I don't think it's robust enough yet. All right, so the next part of the seller update has to do with different shipping policies and things like that. So eBay has stated that they are rolling out a new international shipping option. Now, I had talked about this in the past. This is not new news, but they said that they are continuing to roll it out. This is separate from the eBay's global shipping program, which I've been a huge fan of, because the eBay global shipping program, the way it works is I would sell an item on eBay to a customer overseas. Once that item sells, all I have to do is ship it to eBay's facility in Erlanger, Kentucky, and then they forward the item to the customer overseas. That's how the global shipping program works. This international standard delivery option, which is their new thing, works differently. For that one, I would have to print the label from home. I would have to print it off of eBay's website, put it on the box, and give it to the United States Postal Service, and then it would go overseas. That doesn't work for drop shippers because we're not putting labels on boxes, our suppliers are. So only the global shipping program works for us drop shippers. Now, I had kind of speculated that eBay was going to get rid of the global shipping program and replace it with this one. But I think I was wrong about that. I think they are going to continue to use the global shipping program, and I'll get into why I think that in just a few minutes. But the really, really most important thing about this update, and this is the most important thing for us dropshippers, is this kind of little paragraph they threw in here down at the bottom, which relates to item location zip codes. Now, this has been a huge topic of discussion for dropshippers. A lot of dropshippers worried that because we can't give an exact item location for our items, because the items are located in warehouses throughout the United States, people are worried that we're going to get penalized for that. But check this out right here. If you have multiple warehouses and do not have a unified zip code, you should ignore the notifications, and the notifications are the ones that tell you to update your zip code. So there you are, proof right there that eBay understands that we ship items from multiple warehouses. They understand that all types of businesses that sell items online have warehouses throughout the United States. They understand that that is a reality in this day and age, and they are saying it's okay. Just don't worry about putting in the zip code because we understand that and it's okay. So proof right there, again, in the seller update that sort of thing doesn't matter to them. Okay, let's go on to now eBay's updates about promoted listings. And I think there wasn't much here. The only thing I wanted to cover was if you ever do counter offers for, what are they called? Yeah, counter offers, you can now do them on your phone. So if that's something that you do, you can now do counter offers on your phone. Not much there that I think is important. And this one, which is called How You Service Your Customers, which I thought was a very, very strange title. That's what they called it. They now announced that they have a new section on their website called Seller Help. And this is kind of a self-service section for us sellers. Now, this is different from the Seller Hub. And what is unique about this, or what stands out about this, what I like about this is you can now do things like request to remove feedback right here. You can appeal a defect right here. You can report an issue with a buyer right here. And you can open up support tickets and even actually track the progress of any ticket. So at least that's what it looks like. So this is pretty cool. It's a pretty nice section that they'll now have for us. A lot of this is pretty redundant. Things like returns and refunds. That section, like they don't even need it here. It's kind of redundant because we can see that in the Seller Hub, all the returns and refunds. But being the main focus here, that the main thing here that I really like is that it allows us to talk to eBay customer service more easily. So that's what I kind of like about it. So if you ever have an issue with trying to remove feedback or appealing a defect, this is where you would want to come inside the eBay seller help section, not the seller hub. Of course, you could always call them. That's what we've always done in the past. But it's nice to kind of put all this into one place. What else is here? This is pretty important. So in the past, anytime we had a buyer open up a return and the buyer did not ship the item back to us, that return would eventually just close out. We can call them and eBay would close out that return. Now, eBay stated in this update that they are going to give the buyer additional time to provide proof that the returned item was shipped back. So if we ask to close the case, they will probably, sounds like, notify the buyer, let them know that the seller asked to close the case, and now the buyer has to take action to prove that the item was actually shipped back. Of course, if it's not shipped back, if that proof is not supplied, then we will have it closed in our favor, and any negative or neutral feedback left will be removed. So that's pretty important right there. New protections against buyers you previously blocked. So on eBay, if there's a buyer that you're not happy with, you just don't enjoy working with them, they're a huge pain, you have any problems with them, you can block them on eBay. Now, eBay in this update has said that if the buyer purchases from you anyway, you can cancel that sale and any defects will be removed for that transaction. So you might be thinking, well, if you block them, how are they purchasing from you? So what they say here, it's kind of interesting. They say, when you identify a buyer who shares the same name or shipping address with a previously blocked account, you can cancel the order. So I guess what people are theorizing, I guess what people have complained about is you block an account and then the buyer opens up a new account, and after opening up the new account, they then purchase an item from you, and then they leave you negative feedback for it. So I guess people were complaining about that. This is something I've never personally complained about. You know, it's a lot of buyers to go through to notice a pattern of ones that you block, and then they create a new account. But that's what they're allowing you to do right here. So if you ever run into a buyer and a problem like that, just keep that in mind that you can cancel it. Okay, updates to how you manage your financials. So this section updates how you manage your financials. This section has all to do with eBay's managed payment system. So eBay has been slowly moving away from using PayPal, and they want to use their own integrated payment system, and it's called managed payments. So we've known about this. You know, there have been a lot of updates about it. eBay is slowly rolling it out. We're not really sure exactly when it's going to be fully up and running, because it is for some sellers. It was kind of supposed to happen this year. Now they're saying it's kind of supposed to be finished by next year. So not sure of the exact timeline here. But the only real important update I want to bring to your attention here is that now anyone who uses managed payments can use the global shipping program. And in the past, that wasn't true. In the past, if you opted into the managed payments, you weren't able to use the global shipping program. But now it seems like this will become available in early spring. So I think my theory that eBay is getting rid of the global shipping program was incorrect. It looks like it is alive and well. Otherwise, they wouldn't have bothered implementing it into this program. So those are the biggest updates that I found related to the seller update. There are updates to the user agreement as well. I quickly went through it. It is pretty dense. I didn't see anything that jumped out at me though. It's just a bunch of kind of legal jargon. But those are the biggest updates I saw. If any of you read it, let me know in the live chat for those of you who are here with me live, or let me know in the comments section what you saw that I might have missed, or what you thought was important that maybe I didn't think was important. Or do you think that this was just kind of like a meh seller update and there's really not too much to kind of, you know, be worried about or excited about? Personally, I think that the global shipping program is alive and well, is pretty exciting. And I think that Let's see, what was the other big thing? Oh, the zip code thing is obviously a huge one as well. Just getting some clarification on that. All right, let's see who's here in the live chat and who's here to hang out with me today. We have Johnny. What's up, Johnny? We have Lazy Abram as usual, and Mike D. What's up, guys? We have Rich here as normal. Thanks for being here, Rich. Abraham, what's up, man? Check that Whole Foods. Yeah, I'm back at Whole Foods for the best Wi-Fi in town. Um, I've not changed the location on my zip codes. Are they still requiring zip codes? Should I worry? So they said they really want us to use zip codes, but as I just showed you, it doesn't matter if you don't have them because they understand it comes from different locations. Bobby finally got his semi-stealth account going. Thanks for the help. My pleasure, Bobby. Um, Elite Exterior says, like to say thank you to you and Chad for helping me get back into the course after I locked myself out. You guys are great, and the material in the course is priceless. Thank you again. No problems. I know stuff happens. I know people lose access to their email. So no worries there. We're here to support you as much as we can to make it as easy as possible for you. Um, let's see. What's up? Thinking about doing drop shipping? If you're thinking about doing drop shipping, check out the links in the description of my video. There's some free trainings there for you to check out. All right, thanks everyone who joined me live today, and thanks everyone who hung out with me and just said, hey, if you guys want to make sure you don't miss the next live stream, underneath this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and next to it, there's a little bell icon. Make sure to hit that bell icon and turn on alerts for all my videos. You should do that on your phone, so you get an alert on your phone anytime I randomly go live like this so you can ask your questions. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the seller update. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button down below and just keep listing.